Hello and welcome back to a very difficult review to do, and that is Original Venerable. I believe this is also by Black Mamba, AOE Mech, whatever they're going by nowadays. So obviously this is an oversized version of the Studio Series Sentinel Prime, a high commodity among Transformers fans, and I got this, and well, you can kind of see him there, Ancient Leader. I got these two from AliExpress. Yes, I know, they are reliable. Now, before I actually get into the review, I want to tell you a story about how I got this guy. So, obviously, I didn't know that they were going to take so long to ship, right? Because we ordered him and Grimlock for my birthday, like birthday presents. Then we saw they would only arrive in November. Now, we got Grimlock, like for my birthday. So that's, for Christmas. So that's what I got for Christmas, right? Then, I thought that Sentinel never came. And I decided to contact the seller and was like, listen, the package never came. But because they were under the same tracking number, on paper, I had collected both. But really, we only collected Grimlock. So, ordered him in September. He actually arrived in October. God knows how long went. January. 4 months after he arrived, I decided, you know what? It may not be worth it. Let's just take a trip to the post office and see. Because I don't know why AliExpress just doesn't deliver to the destination you pick. Just sends it to a random post office. So yeah, we went there and was like, listen, we collected the one package. The other one is under the same tracking number for some reason. We went there. We were waiting and waiting and waiting. Maybe after like 10-15 minutes, we see this guy come from the back with this giant box. And I was so happy. So happy. Because obviously I knew that it was Sentinel Prime. So yeah, that was the story of this guy. And just like a couple days before that, also AliExpress, before I went and got this guy, we actually ordered the Byway Supreme Leader, which, if you don't know, is another knockoff of the Studio Series version. However, that one is like the same size as the Studio Series version. Whew. So I'm gonna end up with 2 Sentinels. Anyway, let's just get on with the review. Obviously, here we have Sentinel in his vehicle mode, and I'm just gonna say it, right? This is the best vehicle mode we've ever had for a Sentinel Prime. You know, we've had some decent ones, most notably the Dark the Moon Leader class, but this one is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, just coming close to look at that. Obviously, this is a Rosenbauer fire truck. I don't know how they were able to get away with that, but whatever. I will just say, because this figure is so big, it can be difficult. It can be difficult to transform. So, like here, you can see this side may stay together. When we get to the other side, you're gonna see what it looks like. So yeah, you can see all of this beautiful detail. You can see, unlike the Studio Series version, this part is filled in. We'll get to that. So yeah, I mean, you have, is that supposed to be the, I know nothing about flags. I'm not even going to attempt, because I could say, oh, it's the American flag, but it's not. Yeah, you know, you come to the front here. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous front part here. Just a fun fact about these trucks in there we go, you see. This is exactly what the other side looks like. I just can't get it to stay in place for some reason. Yeah. One fact about these fire trucks in real life is that you will never see one like this. In real life, these things are yellow, not red. So yeah, the Sentinel in the movie was red. There's the back, you know, we have a ladder and everything. Here he is, you know, from the top. He is on the bottom, very, you know, leggy. So there is that. I'm actually just gonna keep him on this side because that makes everything easier. Now, for comparison, I don't have anything. I literally just have Hot Rod, who I have yet to review. But there he is with Studio Series Hot Rod, and if I'm being totally honest with you, I think that scale is perfect. It really is perfect. So, I mean, there is that, and that's basically the only... Actually, you know what? I'll bring in Nitro Zeus. There you go. There is the Last Night Voyager Nitro Zeus next to him. And just one last thing to do. Obviously, we need an exact size, alright? So from the front here to the back of the ladder, he is 37 centimeters. Alright, so for Americans, it's over a foot long. Alright, so there's that. And also, if you want to, you can bring this up, do whatever you want with it. I don't know why you'd want it like that. Or you could just bring it down like that. So there you go. Now, accessory wise, he does come with... Actually, no, I'll do this first. So this is kind of parts forming, I guess. You need to take this out, right? And then do the same thing on the other side. Come here and take this out. And now you're going to take these two things, fold out the handle, right, put them together, and there you have Sentinel sword, just like the Studio Series version, except unlike the Studio Series version, this is actually painted. Alright, so that is it. Let's just focus here. Focus it, thank you. Yeah, unlike the Studio Series version, this one is actually painted. You know, it's not just grey. So there's that. Obviously, this is hideous. So that, my friends, is why they've included this. They've included this ginormous, sharp sword. I kid you not. If you scrape yourself with this, you might actually cut yourself. This thing is so sharp. It is unbelievable. And this thing is much larger than this, as you can see. Just like the other one, this, you know, it can split, so you can dual wield them if you want, but really Sentinel in the movie most of the time had it like this. He also comes with his rust cannon, so you can see beautiful detail there. There is a button on the underneath, and when you press it, bada bing bada boom, a beautiful red light illuminates from the inside. So there is that. He does come with, oh my god, I'm gonna say this is the biggest accessory I've ever seen for a Transformer. His shield. What the f***? This thing is massive. This is more plastic than half the Studio Series figures. This is ridiculous. Look at it. I mean, the detail is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely gorgeous. And then come to the back. Really, it's raining. Awesome. It's raining at like 9 o'clock at night. There's some fantastic sculpt work there. And I mean, just, you know, for a size comparison for this, here is, you can't even see it. Okay, I'll just rest it there. There he is with that. Right, with the deluxe. That's a deluxe class. What else is there? The actual measuring tape. Alright, that's what he looks like. What the shield looks like next to the measuring tape. Now, you can take the swords. You can do it for both pairs. For both swords, I mean. You can just take this, put that into this slot. You know, so if you don't want to have him holding the swords, they can just stay away in the shield like so. But really, this is the most important accessory, and this is his beautiful cape that he has in the foam. And this is a very, it's like a rubber. It is rubber. This fantastic cape. This is exactly what this figure needs. And the Byway Supreme Leader also comes with one of these. And, I mean, it is literally perfect. It's exactly what Sentinel needs, as I've said. And, you know, it completes the look. Really, it is so accurate. And now, my friends, it is time... wait just 1 second. There we go. That's it for the vehicle mode.
Sentinel Prime, transform! Nevermore in the past, young warrior. Thanks to you, our race survives.
This is where I need to bring out the camera a lot. So here we have original Venerable in his robot mode, and my god, is it perfect. This honestly is, and also just like in vehicle mode, one of the heaviest, actually this is the heaviest figure I own. My god, it is ridiculous. So let's just go and close, not at his dick region. Here he is at the head, and the head actually came separately in the, well, I didn't get this with the box obviously, but his head was packaged separately, so I had to like pop that on. And I mean, it's unfortunate you can't really see it due to this lighting, but his eyes are painted a beautiful blue. So there is that. You can see his chest. You can't really see it, but there's these kind of like turning gear things that you can see. Oh, there you go, you can see it, that you see in the film, which is so accurate. You have his shoulder pads, which are made of metal. There you can see his beautiful hands, absolutely gorgeous. You do have a lot more paint on this figure compared to the SS version. So look at the legs, really cool. And I mean, obviously turning to the back, that is a terrible backpack, but there is obviously a way to solve that. I have no idea why I'm still holding the camera when, there we go. Right, starting off at the head, it is on a ball joint, so you can I mean, it can move right that far, left not so far. It can't really look up, it can look down a bit. The arms are on beautiful ball joints, ratchet joints outwards, elbow joints, another fantastic bend, very strong ratchet joints. Now the fingers I want to look at. Alright, look at the fingers. These things are so articulated, it is ridiculous. So the thumb can move in and out on a ball joint there. Then it can also bend at, hold on, this point. Right. However, the actual fingers can go, it can bend there, then it can bend there, and it can bend right at the fingertip. That is ridiculous. That is insane. He does have a waist joint. His legs can go super high up. That is ridiculous. Back, basically as far as you want. This thing is a very noisy figure. Right. It can go out further than a split there. The knee, actually I'm not even going to do the knee. The knee is very loud. And you can, I guess you could count this as toe tiltage, I guess. So there is the articulation done. Now obviously the one thing I want to show off is the LED feature. So there is a button on the back, you just press it. As soon as I find it, there we go, and there you have Sentinel with his glowing eyes. Look at how awesome that looks. That looks so cool. Obviously I mean I actually do prefer the look of him without the LEDs on, even though obviously due to the lighting over here you can't really see the paint. But if I just bring in another comparison, this is the only other figure I have that has lights in it. Ancient Leader, look at him without lights, and then look at him with lights. He looks so cool. So yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? That is the first comparison, because that is actually what I'm moving on to. So there he is next to Ancient Leader. Oh my god, he is so awesome. So there is Grimlock out of the way. Here he is with Studio Series Dark of the Moon Megatron. So there is that. Here he is with Shockwave, very small leader. So there is that. And lastly, here he is with Jetwing Optimus. So there is that comparison there. Now, in terms of implementing the accessories, I'm actually gonna try and raise the camera here. Fingers crossed this stays. So the first thing you're going to do is you're gonna come to the back here. I'm doing this one first deliberately. This entire backpack is on a mushroom peg there. So you're gonna wanna wiggle this one off, right? Get this entire plastic mass out of the way. You're gonna bring in the new backpack and just swivel that on. Right, there we go. And then you just obviously, you know, neaten things up. Right, and there you go. There is Sentinel Prime's new backpack, which obviously is perfect. Right, that's exactly how he looked in the movie. Now, obviously, you know, we need to complete the look. If you want to put in his gun, you can see there are tabs on the side, and oh, this elbow is unnecessarily tight. There is a slot in his palm, which you can just take this, put this in, and close his fingers around it. And there you go. There is Sentinel with his rust cannon. As soon as I find the light, there we go. There's Sentinel with the rust cannon. Obviously, you're gonna want to give him his sword. So just put that in the hand, and there's Sentinel's sword. And of course, the last thing is to put in his shield, which, wish me luck. The shield is probably the hardest thing to put onto him, if I'm being honest with you, because this part moves. Oh, by the way, one thing that I want to talk about is this part where he holds the shield is removable. So you can place it here or there. I like to keep it at the bottom, mainly because it's easier to slot in. Now, of course, this tab is going to go into that slot in his hand, which I always find difficult to do, and of course now it works. So there you have Sentinel Prime, all armored up with his weapons. So there you have the, I believe it is Aoi Mech, original Venerable, aka a KO upscale of the Studio Series Sentinel Prime. That was very difficult to say. Overall, an amazing figure. This is basically a perfect Sentinel Prime. This is the best version out there. If you want a Sentinel, get this. It comes with everything you could want. You want his rust cannon? It comes with that. You want a crappy sword? Well, it's not crappy sword. It doubles as, you know, vehicle panels. You get that. You want a badass sword for him to hold? You got it. You want a shield bigger than a modern leader class? You got it. This thing is amazing. It is undoubtedly a 10 out of 10. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye. There's something I completely forgot about. So this is actually not useless. You can take this part, the end of the hose thingy, and you can plug this into his arm, because this is exactly how it looked in the film. So there you go. That is actually Sentinel Prime with his movie accurate look. So yeah,